Hello. I'm going to try to explain how antique malls, in particular my antique mall, is going to work. It's really, antique mall is not exactly the right term. I consider it more a hybrid between a flea market and a consignment shop. And I think most people understand a consignment shop where you take stuff in and they sell it for you in the store and they take a commission, or some sort of fee anyway. And I don't know if everyone understands flea markets, but you rent a space. If it's an enclosed space that can be locked, then you can leave your stuff there. Or if it's just a table and you're just decluttering your house and you go on a Saturday morning and you try to get rid of stuff, you're renting that space for that day. We do a 2-week rental every 2 weeks. That should be enough. I'm not going to make anyone sign a contract. They have to be here for X amount of weeks or whatever. It's week to week. And like a consignment shop, they don't have to be here. They can be here, but they don't have to be here for sales. I will take care of that. The store will be open at least 40 hours every week, consistently, the same hours. So I take in the money. There is a commission on there. And there's a fee if a credit card was used or debit card was used. There's a fee for that. It gets passed on to the vendor that the whole sale went to, or if it was multiple vendors, then the fee is split up between them. And I'm negotiating for the best fees right now. I don't have the card reader things yet, but that's what I'm negotiating on. So I take care of all the money at 2 weeks. I then tally up all their sales. So if the vendor made what they should be making, it will cover the rent for the next 2 weeks. That's deducted along with any other fees that went along with the commission for me being here, basically being like their employee, and I sell their stuff. So also, if someone comes in and say, "Oh, I like this, but will they take such and such, will they take a less price on it?" Now, sometimes the vendor may tell me that they'll take a certain percentage off if asked for, and I'll know that. Or sometimes, it may be a big ticket item, and I need to call them and say, "I was offered such and such. Do you accept or decline?" Or, they can throw out another figure and negotiate with the customer. So I will do that too. So there's a lot included. So at the end of 2 weeks, hopefully I'm cutting a check to them. So, and they need to come in. There's plenty of videos on YouTube about maintaining such a booth and keeping it clean, keeping it visually attractive. This is visually attractive. This doesn't belong. Those salt and pepper shakers should go somewhere else. That is not visually attractive. So, and I'm even willing to just do, the center is 2 foot by 5 foot spaces that they can put shelves or dresser or something in there. I want to keep that height like where it is and stuff on top, but I want to be able to see the front door because the register is behind me, or what will be the register. I'm selling shelf space because a lot of times, like if someone's making soap, do they need an 8x6 space? Probably not. Unless they're really, got a whole bunch of product already made and things to go with it. They don't need this space, but having just a small shelving unit, and I'm phasing out these black ones, but they're here for now because that's what I had on hand. And the table here is kind of showing the walkway. There'll be a loop around this way, and the register is behind me, and there's this room in here that's already rented. So someone I knew just like he didn't want to chance it. He didn't want to hold. He's just like, he wants to get stuff going. So he's got a whole bunch of stuff he's bringing in. This right here, this table. Oh my gosh. Anyway, he's got some very eclectic stuff. And I'm trying to keep myself from spending time in there when I should be doing stuff out here. So that's how this works. There's rental and sales, which I cover. It's up to them to come in here and make it attractive. And it doesn't have to be antique. It says antique mall, and that's what throws people off, because like a lot of people are like, I'm not into antiques. I really don't care. I like modern. I like Scandinavian. I like IKEA. So, there's different tastes and so if someone's into vintage toys or modern toys, or clothing or shoes, whatever, as long as it's, easy for someone to come in and see, and everything has to be labeled. Everyone has their own code. I think we're just going to go by names, first names on here, so that they don't have to worry. We can remember everyone. Oh, that's so-and-so's. And also the tags that are on there, like he's just using index cards for now. He ordered some tags, but they hadn't come in yet, so he's going to just use index cards. So his name's on there. The description, I asked for a description and a price. So I will invoice and have his name there, and then at the end of the 2 weeks, those tags are also taken off the product. So when it's sold, I keep those tags. So there's like a double check on what got sold, and then the tags are put into each person's folder or envelope, so that they can say, oh, this is what sold. And I also want to do some more things. I would like to do hopefully a website next month, and it's gonna let them know what got sold, because we're going to do a merchant thing through the website too. So hopefully, we'll see. I got grand plans, but that way they know what's gone, and to come and check it out and fill in the space. So if someone buys that table, he's got a big old gap in there that if he's got something in his storage, that he can bring on out and fill that gap. And I personally, I am moving stuff around now, just trying to figure out. I had 2 weeks worth of stuff that I hadn't even unboxed, that I had gotten from auction, that I'm just going through and washing. So I have my own sales, and they're operated the same way as the booth, commission coming out, and all that stuff. So that's a separate entity. And I'm also educating people about LLCs. So that's a different video, but that's how an antique booth works, or this one works. There's rentals and then the sales. And I also mentioned in the other video that if someone wanted to, if they're doing Facebook Marketplace and they're meeting somebody to sell them an item, I'm fine with them doing that here. If they're a vendor, it's okay to do that with a product that's not been brought here to sell in the booth or their shelving. If they're making, let's say someone sells soap and they have just a small shelving unit, which is piddly, booth rental. But someone ordered custom soap and it's, different than what they're already on the shelf, and they brought that down here to meet that customer and do that sale personally, I'm fine with that. But they can't come and meet a customer and sell off the shelf what they have here, because that's undercutting the business model here. So I hope I explained that. I think I covered everything. Like I said, it's a hybrid between a consignment shop and a flea market, but a little bit more upscale, kind of in between the flea market and consignment shop. But I've seen some pretty not upscale consignment shops, so you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm excited. Those are not for sale. Those are only for my displays. They were brought here accidentally, but I thought, okay, I'll just go ahead and use them until we take them back home. So Be a blessing and be blessed. Thanks for watching.